Hey, what's up, guys? It's a bit late, but here's my Maleficent review. I mean, it hasn't been that late. I don't even think the movie's been out a week, but I did go and see the movie on that Thursday release. Like midnight. I think it came out like 10 here. Uh, so I really should have had a review, but if you saw my last video, I was playing Watch Dogs a lot to get through that because it took me like 40 hours to beat. Good game though. Go watch that review. Link in the description. Um, and another reason why I didn't put up this review is I was just starting to think that maybe I'm too positive when it comes to stuff. I found there's no continuity errors with X-Men Days of Future Past. I like X-Men Origins Wolverine the first half. I like the Watchdog story, even though a lot of people hating on it, and I really like Maleficent. Is it the best movie ever? No, but I think it's the greatest reimagining that they've done so far. The Willy Wonka thing, I don't know if that was Disney, I just contribute that to them. Wasn't that great. I didn't like it. I didn't like the Alice in Wonderland remake that they did with Johnny Depp. I didn't like I did like Oz the Great and Powerful, but I didn't think it was that great. Uh, and this I liked more than Oz the Great and Powerful, so I think it's the greatest reimagining that they've done to an old movie thing in a long time. Not the great. I was gonna say greatest live action, but then I kind of remembered Pirates of the Caribbean, the first one, which is amazing, or Mary Poppins, which, I mean, that's long ago, so I don't know if I would throw that in the ring for these kinds of movies, but it was really good. Now, if you're going into this and you like the story of Sleeping Beauty, where there really wasn't one, and you like the character Maleficent, which I did because she is just a just a total evil character, especially in the Kingdom Hearts franchise, which where I know her most from because she's in all those games, I believe, except maybe 358 over 2 days. Don't quote me on that. uh, you got to go into this knowing that this is not how Maleficent goes bad. It explains why she was bad and the scenes that she is bad, but it also kind of reimagines it to make her out to be more of a hero, and I think they did a really good job doing that. Now, the visuals in this, you need to go out to the theater and see this movie because the visuals in this are breathtaking, awesome, probably as good as Avatar was when you went and saw it in theaters. Maybe not that good, but really good. The different creatures in there, they kind of look like they're out of Lord of the Rings, but with different designs that look really cool, like the tree creatures, the warthog-looking things, all the different fairy and trolls and everything, all really cool. And Angelina Jolie probably gives one of her best performances to date. But she's really the only character with substance to her story. The king in this, I think that they set it up to where you understand his motives, and he goes crazy in this. So when people are saying, "Hey, he just kind of becomes evil," well, I kind of get that. If your daughter's being threatened to die, and the scene where she gets threatened to die, it's amazing. Just that's where we see evil Maleficent, which is perfect. But he kind of goes crazy, and I understand that. But there's a couple different ways they could have went with the story that I wish they would have went with the story. And there's a couple of plot holes that kind of bother me, like a fairy's weakness being iron, because you live in medieval times where one of the things readily available is iron, and the iron weakness really didn't make sense because, like, oh no, you're in an iron net, but you're perfectly fine except your skin's burning a little. And there's just a couple stuff that I didn't like, and that kind of comes down to a lot of the secondary characters. The guy that plays the Raven transformy dude, I think he's kind of just a funny, lovable character. I liked him. I like the king because I understand where he's coming from. I like Maleficent, but everyone else I really didn't care about. The fairies are all kind of just idiots. No offense to any of them in real life, because I'm sure they're not like that. One of them's Ron's mom from Harry Potter. Dakota Fanning's sister, I can't think of her, Emma Fanning or something like that. She did an okay job, but She didn't really have to do much, and I understand why she was happy all the time, because she was given the gift of happiness. So it's like, okay, I can understand that. Any of the soldiers are all just kind of thrown in there, and the worst of all is the prince that they throw in like the last 15 minutes, who doesn't do much, so good for him. They made it like that, but he literally just threw him in there to be, hey, there's a princess, you need the prince. The original story had a prince, throw a prince in there. Kind of just a waste of all of our times, and it's because of the development of those characters that it doesn't get to that upper layer of movies. But because of the development of Angelina Jolie was so great as a character, I like the way they reimagined, and the visuals and the character designs were so amazing that you have to go see this in theaters. I give this movie a B. So yeah, that's what I thought of Maleficent. I really liked it. It's not for everyone, and it is more of a kids movie, so be prepared for that when you're going into it. But you can really have a good time with it if you're willing to accept those things. So please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time.